As we kick off 2026, at least one expert is pushing back on the new year, new you trend. Confident research and mental performance coach Cindra Kamphoff says the culture of constant reinvention may actually be feeding a confidence crisis in America. And now she's promoting an alternative new year mindset. Cindra Kamphoff is here to tell us all about that. Hi, Cindra. Thanks for coming on. So you say instead of reinvention, some should aim for the confidence to do nothing this year. What do you mean by that?
Well, what I mean by that is, at the beginning of the year, we constantly hear these messages about this new you idea. And we constantly believe that that's the case. But we know that from our national research study on confidence, 66% of working Americans believe we're in a confidence crisis in America today. And 62% believe they're not enough. 70% constantly struggle with their own inner critic. And so this constant reinvention actually contributes to this belief that we're not enough.
So how do you do this right? Because sometimes achieving a great goal can be a huge confidence boost. So how do you do this the right way?
I think the right way to do this is to set goals and resolutions more from your own desire instead of pressure. And so many people set goals and resolutions because, other people are doing it. And we know even high achievers tend to set more goals instead of focusing on mastery and what's actually working for them. So perhaps this year, instead of someone saying, when they ask you, what's your big goal this year, you might say, well, I'm doubling down on what brings me joy, or I'm where I am today and appreciating where I am today. And so what's important is to not just set goals and resolutions based on what other people are doing, but what really you desire.
And you say that helps your confidence, but it also takes a level of confidence to make that decision. So what's your advice on how to find that kind of initial push?
I would say, really examining your own thoughts. I use this acronym called TFA within cognitive behavioral therapy in my work in mental performance. And this just means that noticing our thoughts and how those lead to our feelings and lead to our actions. And so if we constantly feel like we're not enough, right, that leads to complacency, overwhelm, insecurity, and then we take actions from that. So really pay attention to the thoughts that you have at the beginning of the year and really what is it that you desire? And that's where you want to set goals and resolutions, or perhaps, doubling down on what's actually working this year and focusing on mastery for you.
All right, Cindra Kamphoff, we appreciate your time today. Thank you and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Thank you for having me.